Are you still trying to understand what men really want from you in a relationship? Is it a beautiful face or is it just a curvy body? Well, not really. Yes, men are visual, but they want a lot more than just appearance. And guess what? They won't tell you this. And that's why 99% of women have no idea what men really want from them. But it doesn't have to be you. In the next few minutes, I shall reveal 8 psychological, proven things that any man needs from his woman. This awareness will help you understand your crush or your boyfriend and his needs much better. So, are you ready to take control of your relationship? Let's begin. Number 8. A safe space for vulnerability. Ladies, you know your men are considered tough, right? But they don't cry, and they don't really get nervous in pressure situations. And that's what we normally hear all around us. Yes, men are better at controlling their emotions, but are they really that tough? Well, a big no. They can be weak and vulnerable at times, even though they don't express it so easily. That's where you come in. One of the things that men want from women is a safe space for vulnerability. I mean, think about it. There must have been some times when that tough guy seemed so sad and he just hugged you when he got closer, or maybe he just ended up crying while holding you. And it's not just about emotions. It could be secrets that he can't share with anyone, but he always does it with you. That wasn't just because of the time of night. It was because he felt he was in a judgment-free zone. But why does a man only want his woman for his vulnerable space? You see, it's not that men can't be vulnerable with their siblings, friends, or their dad and mom, but with their loved women, well, it's a completely different story. Your man sees you as his soulmate, his other half, the partner of his life. A guy can wear a mask of toughness even in front of his mother, but with his lady, he wants to create a space where he can be himself without the fear of judgment. They want a safe space where they can share their secrets, get happy, sad, or even cry at times. Makes sense, right? But how are you going to do it? Well, it's quite simpler than it looks. Just remember that it's not about pushing him to open up. Things like this usually take time to build with that kind of trust. So, here are some baby steps that you need to take to create that safe space. Firstly, focus on listening only instead of trying to solve the problem. He doesn't want you to solve his problems. He just wants to share them. Just show that you are genuinely interested in listening and won't cut him off while speaking. Secondly, create an environment where you stop judging him and let him know that both your words and actions reflect that. If he shares something with you, don't act stupid. Instead, act as if it's perfectly fine and there is nothing to be surprised about. Follow these baby steps and over time, things will start to change. Number 7. Regular physical intimacy. Men literally want just one thing, and you know what I'm talking about. Well, physical intimacy isn't the only thing that men want as many women think, but it is certainly one of them. What I'm talking about isn't just about being in bed. It's literally every physical connection in everyday life. Let me clarify this with an example. Let's consider that you are in a relationship and your guy spends much of his time with you. What I want you to think about is what he normally does around you. Notice how his mood completely shifts when you hug or cuddle him. Think about how he tightens the grip when you hold his hand. Does he lean in closer, wrap his arms around you, or even playfully tease you for stealing his blanket? Does he enjoy it a lot when you give him a massage? Of course he does. These are the little, regular, intimate things that a man craves from his woman, and the reason is quite amazing. Science tells us physical touches boost oxytocin, also known as love hormones. That means they simply enjoy this time a lot. An expert in the subject, Dr. Sue Johnson, who also created a therapy called emotionally focused therapy, found that physical intimacy helps guys feel more connected. It's like a glue that binds that with you, strong enough to stay intact even in tough times. So, regular physical intimacy isn't something that you have to give him, but it's both beneficial and enjoyable for you too. But what's the best way to be intimate? Well, you don't really have to do too much. You might not even have to initiate most times because your love dove, he'll do it himself. But there will be times when you may have to act like touching his hands or his shoulders. Maybe just hug him at any time for no reason and surprise him with love cuddles. Keep those moments genuine, like you really feel them instead of just appearing like doing a job. Be welcoming when he wants to be more intimate and, let's say, some unconventional ways. Number 6. Let him lead. Have you ever wondered what happens if you step back and let him take charge of the relationship? Like letting him make the decisions and prioritizing his suggestions over yours. Now, I know what you ladies might be thinking. Why should you be holding back every time, and why can't he do the same? Well, ladies, it's not about having more power over the other person, and it's not about dominating the relationship. It's about creating a space where he feels valued. You see, men tend to be leaders because that's how their brains are evolved. In tribes, it used to be their responsibility to make the tough decisions to protect their family. Now, times have changed, but their basic instincts remain the same. When you, as his woman, let him lead and trust his decisions, you will notice how he begins to engage you and open up with you more. This way, he can finally feel like a real man. Contrary to this, when you are making all the decisions, be it planning a date or the financial stuff, cooking your own choice foods, and other everyday actions and decisions, well, he's going to get passive. He might not say anything, but his behavior will not be the same. Experts like John Gottman approve this in his book, 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. He emphasizes that many men feel more emotionally connected when they're allowed to take the lead from time to time. But remember one thing, it's not about letting him manipulate your thoughts or dominate you as a superior. It's all about being equal with him, but letting him lead out of respect. It's about striking a balance where both feel safe and heard. Now, here is how you can let him lead in the most effective way possible. Firstly, learn to control your emotions. Women can get emotional at times, which can only worsen the situation. So resist your emotions, especially the urge to control the situation. When he makes a decision, don't second guess him. Give him the option, but don't force it on him. Most importantly, be patient when things feel a little tough. It seems too much to ask for, but when you do it successfully, you will observe how much it changes your man for the good, and this will be all worth it. Number 5. Your respect. If you are committed to a person you don't respect, maybe it's time to ask yourself why you want to do that in the first place. How can you expect you or your man to be happy with each other when the element of respect is not there? Your respect is one of the fundamental things your man needs from you, and it is essential for a relationship to thrive. And what is respect? It's not just agreeing to his decisions. Let me explain. Respecting him is all those tiny actions that you might ignore in your daily life. It's like asking him first while making small or big decisions. It could be as small as asking him what to cook, to as big as making your career choices. Respecting him is listening to what he says and politely helping him sort his problems out. Respecting him is giving him your ultimate support in everything that he pursues, from his hobbies to his life goals. Respecting him is discussing your problems in private and not letting others know about it. Respecting is not making fun of him or talking rudely to him. Most importantly, respecting him is appreciating all the efforts he puts in for you instead of taking them for granted. Now, in case you might be wondering, here is the impact that it has on your man when you give him respect. Dr. John Gray, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, discusses how men thrive on respect. It says that men who are respected have higher self-esteem and they are more confident in themselves. It enhances their desire to connect emotionally with their partner. And most importantly, a respected man is more likely to reciprocate respect, love, and affection. In simpler words, when you give him the respect he deserves, you will get the best of his love in return. Number 4. Acceptance of his help. Ever wonder why men often jump at the chance to help out? Whether it's fixing a flat tire or carrying heavy groceries, it's not just about being chivalrous. There's something deeper at play. Evolution has wired men to want to protect and support women. Let's take a look at these examples for clarity. Think about a time when he offered to help you out. Maybe he offered to pick up the groceries or fix something around the house. If your car wasn't starting and he sees you stressed, maybe he jumps in to help. If you're having a tough day and you share it with him, he'll want to help solve the problem. If you're struggling to move heavy furniture, he'll rush over and say, "Hey, let me handle that." I'm sure all you ladies know for a fact that your man will rush to do all these things for you. But why? Well, you see, men are often rewarded chemically in their brains when they assist someone that they care about. It's like a little rush of happiness for them. According to John Gottman, a relationship expert, feeling needed is crucial for men. When they feel appreciated for their efforts, it strengthens their emotional connection with you. So, your role in it is not denying his help. If he offers the help, accept it and let him do the work. It's perfectly fine to ask him yourself for help. It's not making a big deal out of it. Just say that you need a favor and then ask him to handle the task. Look for situations where he can naturally offer help. For instance, if you're cooking, invite him to join you. Or if you're organizing something, ask for his input. Number 3. Your character. What if I tell you that it's not your appearance that attracts a man to you? I mean, sure, your looks do catch his eye, but it's your character that makes him stick around. What men really want from you is not your outer beauty, but your inner character. It means what matters to your man is who you are beneath that shell. Before we discuss it, let's talk about what having good character means. It encompasses various qualities like how honest you are and how kind and empathetic you are to your man. Not just with him though, it also means how you express these qualities to others. Moreover, it is about having a sense of humor in a relationship or showing a positive attitude in all situations. So, in simpler words, if you have these qualities, then you have good character, and that ultimately means that you are an asset for your man because a woman with these qualities are hard to find these days. Relationship expert John Gottman emphasizes that men look for partners who respect them for their character. They may not realize it, but it's embedded in their systems. A woman with more character is more likely to attract men with good character herself and avoid ones with bad character, even if she has a pretty face. It's also more likely that your boyfriend sticks around with you and can't ever leave you when you have a good character. Now, let's talk about how to express that you do have a good character. Well, this one may need a little bit of practice because it only can be done with actions. Practice honesty and always be honest in all situations. Secondly, be kind to others, even to the people that you don't like. Thirdly, be empathetic to others by understanding their perspectives and helping them out. Most importantly, stay positive no matter what you go through. I know it's not easy to keep practicing, and that man that you are with, well, he'll be able to see your character in literally no time. Number 2. Leaving him in the dark. Have you ever experienced something like this, where you just didn't care to tell him some details and it made him mad? Like maybe you had a little accident and it was only scratches and you thought it was no big deal, but when he found out about it, he got really angry that you didn't tell him. Well, that's exactly how guys feel when you leave them in the dark. One of the most important things they want from you is clarity of details in a relationship. When we talk about not keeping him in the dark, it's not about just telling him about some accidents. There could be a lot of other things in everyday life, like you had some family issues that you didn't tell him about, and later on he found out from it from a mutual friend, and he didn't like that at all. Maybe you were involved in an event and you didn't mention it to him and left him out, which later made him feel left out. Think about a time when you brought home some gadget or appliance without even asking him, and he didn't like that you didn't consider him important enough to discuss it. Well, the reason men hate being left in the dark is because they thrive on being included in your life. As Dr. Jonathan mentions, sharing stuff with each other is vital for a deeper emotional bond. When he's more aware of the situations, it allows him to be more active and present for you, in good or bad times. He wants to know what's up so that he can support you better. So if you had such incidents where he felt like being left in the dark, well then you need to improve yourself. And here is how you can do it. First, make a habit of sharing literally everything from small to big stuff. It could be as small as telling him what you had for breakfast to as big as telling him the important details of some family matters. Just share whatever you have and don't hide anything. Most importantly, don't hide your feelings or your insecurities from him because they become the root cause of the problems. This way you build a strong, trusting relationship that he appreciates. Number 1. Authenticity. Authenticity isn't just a buzzword. It's about being true to yourself and showing that genuine side to your partner. When you're authentic, you're letting him see who you really are, and not just some version of you that you think he wants. This is vital because it builds trust and connection. Being authentic means that you're not afraid to show your quirks, your flaws, and even your weirdness. When you're confident in being you, it encourages him to let down his guard as well. This kind of vulnerability fosters a deeper emotional bond. Plus, it makes your relationship more fun. Instead of pretending to be someone that you're not, you can just be yourself, laugh about your shared awkward moments, and create real memories together. According to relationship experts like John Gottman, authenticity in relationships is crucial for emotional connection. He emphasizes that couples who share their true selves are more likely to have fulfilling and lasting relationships. So, how can you embrace authenticity? Well, start by being open about your thoughts and your feelings, no matter how silly they may seem. Share your passions and don't shy away from discussing your fears or insecurities. This will not only help you feel more comfortable in your own skin, but also encourage him to do the same. Remember, authenticity is not about being perfect, it's about being real, and that's what he'll love the most. With that, let's end today's video here. I hope all the ladies watching learned something from this video and that it helps you all enhance your love life. If you enjoyed it, please remember to support us with just one like and hitting the bell icon button. And if you like, please share your thoughts in the comment section.